Greetings. I greet you in Swahili, Abaragani. This is Dr. Kenneth Vaughn, and I want to do a lesson on what is a Hebrew, Israelite, and a Jew. This question was brought to me by one of my cousins, Cortez Watts, and I want to attempt to answer this question. What is a Hebrew, Israelite, and a Jew? Tonight, this is going to be part one. We're going to look at what is a Hebrew. What is a Hebrew? And it's important to note that Hebrew has two important parts that we're going to deal with. The first part we're going to look at is Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob was not Jewish, nor were they Israelites. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob was not Jewish nor Israelite. The word Jew, and we're going to look at this a little later, it derived from the word Judah. They preceded Judah, and the word Israel comes from Jacob, which his name changed to Israel. So he had to be a descendant of Israel in order to be a Israelite. And we're going to look at all this a little later. What is an Israelite and what is a Jew? We're going to look at those. We'll probably do that together. But tonight we're going to look at what is a Hebrew. What is a Hebrew? Well, first part we have to look at is Hebrew as a language. Hebrew as a language. It is a Afro-Asiatic language. When you begin to look at it, it is a Afro-Asiatic language, which is a Semitic language. It's a Semitic language, and if you trace Hebrew, its roots come from the Horn of Africa. And the Horn of Africa is North Africa. Abraham spake either Hebrew or an antecedent language. And it's important that we look at this because Hebrew was a language also of the Canaanites. And many of the Canaanites were from the land where Abraham was from, the land of the Sumerian land of Ur of the Chaldeans. Abraham did not create a new language. He did not create a new language. Not only must we look at Abraham was born around the second millennial, around 2018, 2019, somewhere in that area, 10 generations after the flood. That was around 350 years after the flood of Noah. We date Abraham's birth. And it's important that we note that Hebrew is a language. And the second thing we must consider is Hebrew as a people. The Hebrew as a people. Many believe that the word Hebrew comes from the word Ebert, E-B-E-R. And Ebert, the word Ebert in the Hebrew literally means one who crossed over. As Abraham crossed over the river Euphrates or the Jordan River, it means literally one who crosses over. Now, evidence of archaeology show that it actually comes from a people called the Hebaru. The Hebaru people, H-A-B-I-R-U, Hebaru people. And the Hebaru people name was given by various Sumerians, Egyptian, Akkadians, Hittites between 1800 BC and 1100 BC to a group of people that lived a nomadic lifestyle. They were invaders. They were looked at as invaders in an area around the Fertile Crescent area of northeast Mesopotamia and Iran area that they inhabited. The borders of Egypt. Abraham was not the first to be called Hebrew. Now, in the Bible, he's the first to be called Hebrew. But if you look at it from the word Hebaru, the Hebaru was a group of people that lived that nomadic lifestyle. He was the first to be called in the Bible Hebrew. He was born in the land of the Sumerians. Remember that, Ur of the Chaldeans were, and which many of the Canaanites dwelled in that area. Now, this is something that I found to be a little very important. Abraham's name, it changed from Abram to Abraham. Now, the name change has a very important significance. The word Abra, A-B-R-A, means father. Now, some say the word Abraham literally means father of a nation, but the word Ham does not mean that. The word Ham means black skin or dark. It literally means father of dark skin or dark or black. And I'm talking about the literal interpretation of the name Abraham. I'm not trying to make it out of a racial thing, but we're looking at it from the Hebrew, what it literally means in the Hebrew. This is part one of what is a Hebrew Israelite and a Jew. I hope you was blessed by this. Have a blessed one.